Hello everybody. Today is day 19 and this is Mrs. Barber back with your daily message. Today's lesson was inspired by two people. One is one of you, one of my students, a super smart and amazing scientist, an at-home scientist. It's a girl who, like our other story with a girl scientist, is very curious. And she sent me this experiment she did at home. I think she did it with Skittles from the picture, but I'm using M&Ms. So I'm getting some colorful M&Ms, and I'm going to use different colors and try her experiment first. Usually I do a story, a poem, an activity last. But I'm going to do it first because during the story, you can watch and see what happens with my experiment. And you can do one yourself just like this. Or you can be a better scientist and ask your own question. What will happen if I do something? Because scientists are people who question. They look at a problem and they think, how can I solve it? Or they just look at something and think, what will happen if? There are fancy science words like observation, hypothesis, and all those big words that you know. But scientists, when it boils down to it, are people who are curious and they ask questions. They try to solve problems. We have lots of scientists trying to solve some big problems right now. And so you should use your science brain and think of something at home that you want to see what happens if. So I'm just going to use some warm water. I just put some warm water and I'm going to put it on each M&M. If I just touch this M&M, nothing happens. Nothing happens with the food dye, right? Think about it. What will happen if Mrs. Barber puts a little water on each? And then during my story, we can see if something happens. That's why I'm doing today's activity upside down. Just putting some warm water on each M&M. This story is called The Gruffalo. I bought it in Scotland. And the author is Julia Donaldson, who also wrote Room on a Broom. And we love these stories because they're fun. So the Gruffalo is a guy who lives in the forest. And in this story, there's also a mouse. Think about today's lesson about the food chain. Who's at the top of the food chain usually? Who's at the bottom of the food chain? Who would be a predator in the story? Who would be prey? And if you notice, it's also a poem book. And I'm going to try my best to use voices. And remember what voices I'm using for each character because sometimes I get mixed up. So here we go with The Gruffalo by Julia Donaldson and pictures by Axel Scheffler. A mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. A fox saw the mouse and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house." "It's terribly kind of you, Fox, but no, I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo. Why, didn't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws." "Where are you meeting him?" "Here by these rocks, and his favorite food is roasted fox." "Roasted fox? Oh my," Fox said. "Goodbye, little mouse." And away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. An owl saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Join me for tea in my treetop house." "It's frightfully nice of you, owl, but no. I'm going to have tea with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo, why didn't you know? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose." "Where are you meeting him?" "Here by the stream, and his favorite food is owl ice cream." "Owl ice cream, to-wit, to-woo. Goodbye, little mouse." And away owl flew. Silly old owl, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. A snake saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come for a feast in my log pile house." "It's wonderfully good of you, snake, but no, I'm having a feast with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo, why didn't you know? His eyes are orange, his tongue is black, he has purple prickles all over his back.
Where are you meeting him?
Here by this lake, and his favorite food is scrambled snake.
Scrambled snake, it's time I hid. Goodbye, little mouse.
And away Snake slid. Silly old Snake, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffle? Oh! But who is this creature with terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. His eyes are orange, his tongue is black. He has purple prickles all over his back. Oh, help! Oh, no! It's a Gruffalo!
My favorite food,
the Gruffalo said.
You'll taste good on a slice of bread.
Good, said the mouse. Don't call me good. I'm the scariest creature in this deep, dark wood. Just walk behind me and soon you'll see everyone is afraid of me.
Oh, sure,
said the Gruffalo, bursting with laughter.
You lead the way and I'll follow after.
They walked and walked till the Gruffalo said,
I hear a hiss in the grass ahead.
It's Snake, said the mouse. Why, Snake, hello. Snake took one look at the Gruffalo.
Oh dear,
he said.
Goodbye, little mouse.
And slid right into his log pile house. You see, said Mouse, I told you so.
Amazing,
said the Gruffalo. They walked some more till the Gruffalo said,
I hear a hoot in the trees ahead.
It's Owl, said the Mouse. Why, Owl, hello. Owl took one look at the Gruffalo.
Woo-hoo,
he said.
Goodbye, little mouse.
And flew right up to his treetop house. You see, said the Mouse, I told you so.
Astounding,
said the Gruffalo. They walked some more till the Gruffalo said,
I hear some paws on the path ahead.
It's Fox, said the Mouse. Why, Fox, hello. Fox took one look at the Gruffalo.
Oh, help, he said. Goodbye, little mouse.
And ran right into his underground house. The mouse said, Gruffalo, now you see, everyone is afraid of me. But now my tummy is starting to rumble. My favorite food is Gruffalo crumble.
Gruffalo crumble,
the Gruffalo said, and quick as the wind, he turned and he fled. All was quiet in the deep, dark wood. The mouse found a nut, and the nut was good. I really love this story. You know I love this story. It has silliness. It has twists. It's a reverse trickster tale. There's some poetry. The pictures are amazing. And I got it in one of my favorite places in the world, Scotland, when I was traveling. So now let's look at our experiment and see what has happened. Whoa, the M&Ms. Their dye has bled. What would happen if I tip it a little and I blend up the colors? Will everything turn brown? I wonder if I took a tissue and I dipped it in the dye, if my tissue paper would soak it up. So scientists do an experiment. They ask a question, they modify, and they try again. What will happen to my tissue? Oh, I've got some orange. I got some blue. I think I'll put some more red. I'll open it up and I'll see what happened. I made a mess. That's what I made. I made a mess. Okay, don't make too much of a mess. At home, if you have some spare candy, you can try this experiment to see what happens to the food dye. You won't be able to eat them afterwards. They'll be a mushy mess. I hope you try an experiment, share it with Mrs. Barber, and maybe you'll be the star of the next video. I love you very much, and I'm very proud of you. And have a good day.